Hi guys, Ancient Warrior. Welcome back to Prepping in Free America. If you like what you hear here, hit the subscribe button. If you want to be the first kid on your block to know what craziness I'm talking about next, hit the bell icon with all. Okay, folks. I got called a bad name Christmas Eve. Christmas, as everybody knows, from Thursday and Friday of last week, we had a bomb cyclone. Guys, please don't think poorly of people if they're doing something different. That works. My nephew and his latest, greatest flame, and I have a hunch it's going to burn out very quickly with her. But she told me that I was cooking breakfast the other morning for everybody, and she looked at me and she said, "Man, you're really just kind of low class. You're nice, but you're real low class." And I sat there and said, "Oh?" And she said, "Well, yeah. Look at the way you keep this house." And I kind of looked at her and said, "What do you mean?" And she said, "Well, look at the windows. You have blankets on every window in this house." And I said, "Yeah. Do you know why?" She said, "Well, no." And I said, "Glass conducts cold. It's a conductor. It also conducts heat. No matter how many panes of glass you got out there, if you got one, two, or three, it's still going to conduct heat, cold air in. Many blinds are not designed to stop that cold very well. They're made of plastic, guys. They're going to get cold. Then that cold's going to radiate out." I asked her, I said, now they're from Oklahoma City. I said, "What did you pay for your gas bill last month?" She said, "Oh, I don't pay gas at all." And I said, "Full electric house, isn't it?" She said, "Yeah." And I said, "In my book, that's strike one." And she looked at me and I said, "What are you going to do if the electricity goes out?" She said, "Well, I don't know." And I said, "I guess go to my mom and dad's house." And I said, "Do they have gas heat in their house?" She said, "Oh, no, they're electric too." And it got her talking and she started clicking a little bit. My gas bill last month, as, as cold as nights were around here, was $45. Now, if you notice, I'm in a flannel shirt and one of my black mock turtles. The heater right now is off. The reason it's off is because I'm conserving on money. I don't like paying. I don't like paying mega corporations big bucks to do something I know how to do quite well. Number two, after I explained that to her, she looked. I said, "What's the other?" And she said, "Well, look from the street. You look at your house, and you've got the vents on the underside of the house covered in aluminum foil. And I said, yes, ma'am. She said, do you know how tacky that looks to me? And I smiled and I said, I don't care how tacky it looks to you. I know the job it's doing. And she said, what's that? And I said, you notice my neighbor across the street's been coming over with several 5-gallon buckets. She said, yeah. And I said, his water's froze. Now this is being done Tuesday. About 9 o'clock this morning, plumbing company showed up with their big heaters. They took all of his vent covers off, and they're blowing heat up under the house. $0.30 in aluminum foil could have stopped that problem. I talked to him this afternoon, and he looked at me and he says, you notice I got aluminum foil over my vents now, don't you? And I said, yeah. I said, that'll keep the heat from getting out too. She understood that. And I said, there anything else? She said, well, look at your bedroom and your den. You've got all these totes. And I said, yeah. She said, why? And I said, well, they've got food in them. And she said, looked at me and she said, are you afraid you're going to go hungry? And I said, no, I'm not going to go hungry. And I looked at her and I said, honey, in 2020, when everything was locked down, I didn't have to leave this house. The only reason I left this house was to run to the pharmacy to get Mother's pills, her meds. Past that, I didn't leave the house. I didn't need to. Let me tell you something. The things I do is cost savings. And believe me when I say this, folks, I don't mind saving a dime. You can call me anything you want, but don't call me stupid. Because I'm doing things that covers my backside. With that being said, I'm the ancient warrior, and we're out. Remember, it's better to have this stuff and not need it than need it and not have it. Please subscribe to the channel, hit the bell icon with all, and leave comments. We out.